Hi everyone, so welcome back to our YouTube channel and let's start with another question of our Leetcode 75 playlist. And today's question is find pivot index. We are given integer array nums and we have to calculate the pivot index. So what is pivot index? It is index where the sum of all the numbers strictly to the left of that index is equal to the sum of all the numbers strictly to the right. Okay, and in case of edges, the left sum is 0 and in same applies to the right side, I think. Yeah, and we have to return the leftmost pivot index, and if no such index exists we have to return -1. So let's just move to the intuition part. Okay, so we are given this array and we are given the output. So if you can see, for like third index this, okay, the right sum is 11 and left sum is also 11. So yeah, this will be our answer. So for brute force approach, okay, so for brute force approach, what we can do, we can use two for loops. Okay, so first for loop will be our, like, for finding the index, one for finding index, and second for calculating sum, right sum. Okay, so like the approach will be like, let's just have this array here. Okay, this is 1 7 3 6 5 6. Okay, so what we'll do, we will have I will be here for first loop, j will start from here, and for this we will calculate our right sum. For this, the left sum will be 0, so we will have one variable for else left sum, and this will calculate our right sum. Similarly, when I will be here, j will be starting from here, and left sum we will calculate it together in that first for loop that will include this one. Okay, so with this, like, the pseudocode will be, let's just have a small pseudocode. So we will have int left sum equals to 0 and pivot index equals to -1. Okay, now first for loop I 0 to n. Okay, what we'll do, we will have left sum already initialized, so now we will just do for j I plus 1 till n. Okay, now we'll just have right sum we can initialize it here. Okay, yeah, we can initialize it here, a right sum equal to 0. Okay, so right sum plus equals to array of j. Okay, and once we come out of this for loop, we will just have if left sum equals to right sum, then we will return I. Okay, and in case if it does not, then we'll just add the current ith element to the left for the next iteration. Okay, and if nothing happens, we'll just return pivot index, that will be -1. That is our expectation. So the time complexity in this case, okay, time complexity in this case is big of n square, since we are using two for loops nested, and space complexity is big of 1, since we are just using variables. Okay, so interview will surely ask to improve on this n square to make it something better than this. So we'll optimize it to big of n. Okay, so optimal approach, what we can do, we can first have this, like, okay, have our array, so it is 1 7 3 6 5 6. Okay, so what we can do, first we can, let's just have this sum. Okay, so the sum will be like 11 11 22 and 28. Okay, so this all sum will be, total sum is 28, right? So for 1, what we can check, what is the right sum, 28 minus 1, that is 27. So this is 27 and left sum is 0. So if we have this 28, what we can do it for this to calculate this thing, we can subtract. So for checking this, we can just check, uh, we can have left sum equals to 0 at that moment, and right sum will be total sum minus ith element. Okay, and left sum we can calculate it while doing iteration. So at this point will be 0 and this will be like total sum minus ith element. So we have it, since it is not equal it will be like false. But yeah, so if we place ith at this point, so let's just rub it. Okay, so if we have I at this point, so whenever we just subtracted 28, 1 subtracted from 28, 27, then 7 again, then it is 20, then 17, and at this point we have total sum 20. Okay, at this point total sum is 20 and left sum is 11. So what we can do, 20 minus 6 is for sorry, so it will be 17. My mistake. Okay. Yeah. So at this point, the total sum will be 17. So we just subtract the ith element. For right sum, we will subtract 17 from 6 from 17, that will be 11, and left sum will also be 11. So we can check this, both are equal, we can return that index. Okay. So this will be our approach. So pseudocode will be for, like, we will have variables int left sum equals to 0, right sum equals to 0, and pivot index equals to -1. Okay, and what we can do, first for I 0 to n, we can have right sum plus equals to array of I. So that will calculate our 28. Okay, for all this. Now what we'll do, we again start from I 0 to n. Okay, now we have left sum and we have right sum. We'll check if left sum equals to no. So what we have told you, like, we just have to subtract first the current element from the right sum. So right sum equals to right sum subtract array of ith element, right? That is correct. Now we'll check if left sum equals to right sum. If it is true, then we'll return ith element, ith index. If not, then we'll just add left sum. We'll have add a of ith element to left sum. Okay, and in case nothing happens, we will return the pivot index that is assigned to -1 that we need to do. So the time complexity in this approach will be big of n, since we are just iterating over the array once, big of n, so it will be big of n only. Okay, and space complexity will be big of 1, since we are just using these variables, not any data structure. So yeah, I think we are good on the approach. Let's just start the coding to better understand it. Yeah, so we have this nums array, so we will store the size at a variable first. Yeah, so we have left sum equals to 0, right sum equals to 0, and we will have pivot index to -1. Now we'll just calculate I 0, I till n plus. Yeah, so we'll first have right sum to total of sum of the all the elements. So it will be nums of I. Okay, now we have sum of all the elements, but now we'll use again one for loop to make it our answer. Yeah, so first what we have to do, subtract ith element from the total sum, that is right sum equals to right sum minus nums of I. Now we have sum of all the elements to the right, and left sum we already have, that is 0 for on the edges. So it will be, now you just check if left sum equals to right sum, right? If it is true, then we'll return I. If it is not, then we will add the ith element to the left sum. Okay, for next calculation. So in the next iteration for 7, we already have left sum with 1, and for right sum we will subtract the 7 from it. So we will have, that is 20 and 1. So we'll check. Okay, now we'll just return pivot index if no index found, that is true for this pivot index. Okay, I think we can try run for example test cases. Yeah, it is working fine. Just try to have all the example test cases. Yeah, yeah, it is working fine for all the example test cases. Let's just try to submit it. Yeah, it is working fine for all of them. Thanks everyone for watching. In case you do like this video, please do subscribe our channel, and we'll together complete this Leetcode 75 playlist. And in case you have missed any question, please watch it on my YouTube channel Anubhav Sharma. In case you have any comments, please do ask in the comment section. And in case you have any questions, I will try to answer all of them.